Well, one of the largest choral families in Winnipeg is starting an exciting new chapter. The Winnipeg Sonora Voices have announced that Leanne Regehr Lee will assume the role of artistic director for the 7 ensembles that make up the choral music family, ranging from ages 4 all the way up to 28. Leanne is no stranger to the organization, having been conductor of 3 of those ensembles in the past number of years. She joins us live in the Classic 107 studios this morning. Hello, Leanne.
Hi, Nolan.
Thanks for being here and congratulations on the new position.
Thank you very much.
How did it feel when you were announced that you would be taking on this new role?
I was very thrilled about it. I was very thrilled. I've been with the organization for quite a number of years in different capacities as a collaborative pianist, as a conductor, like you say. And it's really exciting to be part of the leadership team for the organization.
Absolutely. For those who may not be aware, what role does Winnipeg Sonora Voices play in the city's sort of choral tapestry?
I think it plays a really unique role. For people who don't know, historically, it was known as Pembina Trails Voices. Mm-hmm. And so we've gone through a bit of a renaming and a new sort of revamping of the organization. However, it's kept a lot of what's made it really unique. And I think, like you mentioned earlier, the fact that it's a family of choirs makes it really special that we invite children age 4, like kindergarten age, to join us. And then they can just move through the organization, experiencing different artistic staff all the way through until they're young adults. And I think that that's a really unique way of inviting collaboration amongst the singers and artistic staff too, and also to be mentors and people of inspiration across ages. And I think that's something really special and really unique. I think another thing that makes Sonora Voices really kind of hold a special place in the fabric of Winnipeg's and Manitoba's music community is the way we collaborate with lots of different groups in the city. So professional groups or amateur groups, and then the collaboration that happens within the organization. And that's just very inspiring and building out the community. It's very special.
Yeah, the collaborations between different ensembles is something that we'll get to talk about in just a little bit because we've got some very exciting collaborations coming up in the next season. But you also mentioned the students and the singers moving through the different ensembles as they age and getting to work with different people. I would imagine that lends itself to being quite a nurturing environment for students. Maybe you can speak a little bit to the culture of being a part of Winnipeg Sonora Voices as a larger sort of choral entity.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very exciting to see the young people. I mean, not everyone moves through the whole organization. And of course, you can join at any stage. You don't have to have joined at age 4.
Yeah.
So we're always welcoming new people. But the culture very much is one of course, choral excellence, working hard to bring honor and the magic to the music. So working in service of the music and bringing that special experience to our audience. But there is something very special about those singers who've made it, who've gone through the whole organization. We always have a special ceremony in our spring concert for what we call the lifers, the people who've been with us for all their schooling years. And the singers who have done that feel an extraordinary kinship with each other and with the organization. These are singers that are not from the same school or not from the same neighborhood in the city. They have come together because they are members of this choral organization. And there's an exceptional relationship that happens with that. It's very exciting to see that bond happen. That
relationship, of course, the result of a lot of work on the front of staff, yourself now very much included as the head of said staff. And with it also probably some very unique challenges that come with planning the repertoire and the artistic experiences for groups that age from 4 until 28. What are some of the unique challenges that sort of face these different ensembles, and how do you face those as somebody who has to look at the biggest picture out of everybody?
Sure, yeah. First of all, the artistic team of Sonora Voices is truly exceptional. They are amongst the best of Manitoba's musicians, and very inspiring and incredibly creative. They are in charge of their choirs and are able to have artistic leadership, of course, in their groups. And it's very exciting to see what sort of ideas and musical ideas they bring, and ideas for putting the choirs together with other choirs within the organization and beyond. And so to just create an overarching picture is actually very exciting because you're pulling together so many ideas to create a unified organization.
Right.
Yeah.
We touched on this a little bit with the different sort of collaborations and exciting projects that Winnipeg Sonora Voices has coming up. But as you start to take over the reins in earnest, Leanne, I'm wondering what sort of ideas are you going to be bringing to the table as the new artistic director? Maybe things that have yet to have been tried by this family of choirs.
Sure. I'm not going to give away all my secrets.
Well, we have to have some things to talk about in the future.
Exactly. But I think, Sonora Voices has this long history of this collaboration with wonderful musical groups in the city. Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra, Manitoba Chamber Orchestra, just to name a few. And those are very exciting for our singers. And they create lifelong memories for them to be able to be on those stages with those incredible musicians that we have here. So we're definitely looking to continue to be part of that and to make excellent music together. And I think there's there are so many other artistic groups in the city of all ages. And so I think it'll be interesting to see how we can broaden that collaborative vision in the service of music and to come together and create bigger communities.
So there's one collaboration in particular that we're looking forward to next season alongside the aforementioned Manitoba Chamber Orchestra. What can maybe you tell us about that collaboration and maybe how it sets a model for how collaborations can look for Winnipeg Sonora Voices going into the future?
It's very exciting. So Valdine Anderson, who is the former artistic director, whom I'm taking over from, she will be conducting a group of treble singers from Winnipeg Sonora Voices, specifically the teenage and young adult treble voices, to collaborate in a really exciting and really special concert with Manitoba Chamber Orchestra. The repertoire for it is astonishing, and I encourage people to go onto the website and see the listing and have a listen to what the music is. It's very exciting. When I've played it for some of the singers, they've just been enthralled with it. So it's quite wonderful to see that happen.
Yeah. Now, as you contemplate these new ideas, these new collaborations, the widening of what collaboration looks like, as you were alluding to, where do you hope to see Winnipeg Sonora Voices be in this cultural landscape of our city in the next, let's call it 5 years?
So Sonora Voices has this, like you say, so much of it is a continuation of what's already been done. There have been exceptional artistic directors through the years who've had amazing visions for the organization and a wonderful drive to make it happen. And so to continue that is both very humbling and very exciting for me. I'm really excited to take Winnipeg Sonora Voices to broader communities. I think because of its history and it being an association with the school division, that sometimes that feels a little bit limiting in terms of our scope. And so to really make it a Winnipeg and outside Winnipeg organization that invites young singers across that landscape, that's very exciting to really feel like it's opening up to a lot of people who are looking for exactly that, excellent choral singing, really special community with other musicians. And then, like you say, to just create some new and just really inspiring collaborations with other groups that haven't been done before, hasn't been tried. And yeah, all in the service of music and all in the service of coming together as a community to do something really special and bigger than yourself.
In the last little bit of our time together, it occurs to me that this is just one of the many hats that you wear musically in this city, an accompanist far and wide in a wide variety of genres and with so many different performers. What do you think you're going to take away from your experience as artistic director of Winnipeg Sonora Voices into the rest of your musical life? How will this influence you as a musician?
That's a really interesting question. One of the things something that I find really exciting as a musician is when the different communities weave together. And so you meet people in this community that seems to be completely separate, and then somehow they come together and you realize, oh, we are all doing this together, and this is so important and so much bigger than just us. So that's really exciting. And to be part of an inspiring group of people with the artistic staff and the board and the singers themselves, it just feeds everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's exciting for me to imagine and to just be open to the possibilities of how that will work.
We're excited about the possibilities of what can come for Winnipeg Sonora Voices under your tenure. Thank you so much for joining us here in studio today, Leanne.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.